Hey everyone, and welcome to today's explainer. Look, if you use a PC, you absolutely know that heart-dropping feeling when things just break. That cold sweat when your screen suddenly goes completely black. Well, today we're exploring an incredibly powerful PC rescue toolkit that honestly feels a little bit like magic.
Have you ever been completely locked out of your computer? Or maybe you're just staring helplessly at one of those endless boot error screens that says your PC needs to be repaired, but it just keeps restarting over and over. Or maybe you forgot your password. Or worse, you accidentally deleted some really vital files. It's a total nightmare scenario. But as it turns out, there's actually a single, totally free solution out there that can fix all of these disasters, and it does it without you losing a single byte of your precious data.
Okay, let's dive into this. Here is our roadmap for today. 1. The ultimate PC lifesaver. 2. Creating your rescue USB. 3. Fixing Windows boot errors. 4. Resetting forgotten passwords. 5. Recovering lost data. And 6. Prepare for the worst. Section 1. The ultimate PC lifesaver. Your digital Swiss Army knife. Now, what's really fascinating here is this whole concept of a recovery environment. The software we're looking at is called Hiren's BootCD PE. Think of this as a free, incredibly lightweight alternative operating system. It's based on Windows 11 PE, which stands for Pre-Installation Environment. So essentially, it's an entire emergency operating system packed with dozens of diagnostic, repair, and recovery tools. And the best part is, it's designed to run entirely off a USB stick. It totally bypasses your broken hard drive.
Section 2. Creating your rescue USB. Forging the master key.
Obviously, before we can rescue a computer, we have to actually build the tool. The absolutely crucial point here is that you need to do this on a working computer. If your main PC is already dead, you're going to have to borrow a friend's. So first, you head over to the Hiren's BootCD website and download the ISO file. It's about 3 gigabytes, so it might take a few minutes depending on your internet. Next, grab a free, lightweight little app called Rufus. Now take an empty USB drive. You'll need one that's at least 8 gigabytes, and plug it in. Open up Rufus, point it to that Hiren's ISO file you just downloaded, and hit Start. But hey, quick warning here. Rufus will completely wipe and erase all existing data on that USB drive to make it bootable, so make sure there's nothing important on there. Once it finishes, your master key is ready to go.
Section 3. Fixing Windows boot errors, banishing the blue screen.
So you plug your newly minted USB into your broken computer, power it up, and press whatever your system-specific boot menu key is to load into Hiren's instead of your broken Windows OS. And right away you're greeted by a desktop that looks pretty much just like normal Windows. From here, if your computer is stuck in one of those awful boot loops, we basically have 2 distinct approaches. Method 1 is an automated one-click fix using a tool called LazoSoft. Method 2 is a more manual repair using tools called Booties and EasyBCD. For sure, we're going to start with the easiest route.
It's kind of wild how easy this first option is. Once you're sitting at the Hiren's desktop, you just open up the LazoSoft Windows Recovery tool. It automatically detects your broken Windows installation. You literally just choose the one-click fix crash solution and run it. Behind the scenes, this incredible little tool is scanning your whole system for boot-related problems, checking the boot files, validating configuration entries, and just attempting to fix the whole shebang completely automatically. When it's done, pop out the USB and restart. Honestly, a lot of the time, that's all it takes. But if Windows still refuses to start, well then we have to roll up our sleeves.
Let's jump into the manual method. You boot back into Hiren's, but this time we open Bootus. This tool actually lets us rewrite the master boot record, or MBR, and the partition boot record, or PBR. Now, do not let those acronyms scare you away. It's actually super straightforward. You just select your hard drive, click Process MBR, and select Windows NT 6.x to rewrite that modern boot record. Then you basically do the exact same thing for Process PBR, but choose Boot MGR. Finally, you open up EasyBCD to recreate your boot configuration files. You just add a new Windows entry, point it right at your C drive, hit Save, and restart. Just like that, with a few clicks, you've manually rebuilt the very foundation of your computer's brain.
Section 4. Resetting forgotten passwords. Unlocking the gates. This has got to be one of the most frustrating things that can happen to anyone. Forgetting your password or PIN. You're sitting right there, staring at the login screen, totally locked out of your own machine. So to bypass this and get into our rescue USB, you can actually hold down the Shift key on your keyboard while clicking the power icon and selecting Restart right there on that login screen. Keep holding Shift until it restarts into the advanced startup options. From there, you just navigate through Troubleshoot, then Advanced Options, and click UEFI Firmware Settings. This forces your system to reboot directly into the BIOS.
And from your BIOS boot menu, you just tell the computer to boot from your Hiren's USB drive instead of your hard drive. Once you're back in the Hiren's environment, the fix is just beautifully simple. You open the Start menu, head over to the Security folder, and launch a tool called Windows Login Unlocker. A dashboard pops up showing literally every user account on that computer. You just highlight your locked account and click the Reset/Unlock button. It takes maybe a few seconds. You get a little success message, you restart your PC, and when you finally get back to the normal Windows login screen, you can just click Sign In. No password, no PIN required. You have bypassed it completely, and you didn't even have to do a fresh, destructive Windows reinstall. It's a real game changer.
Section 5. Recovering lost data. Rescuing your files.
Now this is where we rescue your digital life, your documents, your photos, your work. There are really two main scenarios we're looking at here for data recovery. First, let's say your Windows is completely crashed. The operating system is totally dead, but the hard drive itself is physically fine. Since Hiren's is essentially its own standalone operating system running completely from RAM, you can just open up this PC on the Hiren's desktop, browse through your normal C drive, and simply drag and drop your important files right onto another external hard drive. It is literally that easy. But what if the scenario is a bit different? What if your PC works fine, but you accidentally, permanently deleted some really vital files? Well, for that, we use a built-in tool called Recuva.
Opening Recuva from the Hard Disk Tools folder launches this incredibly intuitive little wizard. First up, you just tell the tool what kind of files you're hunting down. Is it pictures, documents, videos, or just all files? Next, you tell it where to look. If you know for a fact you emptied the recycle bin by mistake, you can target the scan exactly there. You click Start, and Recuva just hunts down those deleted items, literally resurrecting data you thought was gone forever. It is an absolute lifesaver.
Section 6. Prepare for the worst. Build your toolkit today.
All right, so we've seen how to fix boot loops, reset forgotten passwords, and recover lost data. But remember, the time to build this rescue USB is not when your only computer has just crashed. As we talked about earlier, you need a working PC to create it. So the biggest takeaway here is to get an 8GB flash drive today, run it through Rufus with the Hiren's ISO, and just keep this bootable USB tucked away in your desk drawer. Having it ready to go before disaster actually strikes is going to save you an unbelievable amount of time, money, and sheer panic down the line.